Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Blanco the Slime, and it's time for your best things to buy in GTA Online. Of course, this is a weekly series I do every single week where we basically go over the GTA Online updates and what you should and should not purchase, and also what you should and should not invest your time in. Of course, if you enjoy the video, hit it with a thumbs up. If you are new here, please subscribe. It only takes 1 second of your time, and it really helps the channel grow and how the video performs. But without further ado, let's get into the video. We have a pretty good update week with some good discounts and of course also some good ways to make money. First off, being completing 3 of your smoke on the water missions will get you $100,000 with this week's weekly challenge. And then also the money laundering missions will be double money, so they will pay you $70,000 for about anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes of work. So I definitely recommend getting those missions done. Also, the weed farm is 30% off this week, so I definitely suggest purchasing a weed farm as well, because as we all know, the smoke on the water shop will give you a 35% bonus to sale missions in your weed shop. But anyway, let's move on to some vehicle sales. These are all 40% off. Coming in first, we have the Deviant at $307,000. Honestly, a pretty cool looking car. I can say that I do recommend it. Next up, we have the trophy truck coming in at $330,000. Never drove it before, never owned it or customized it, so I won't give my opinion on this one, but by the looks of it, probably not. Next up, we have the Nightshade coming in at $351,000. Honestly, the car looks really dope. I probably should recommend getting it this week. It looks really cool. Next up, we do have the Novak coming in at $364,000. One of the better SUVs in the game, and I can say I do recommend it. Next up, we have the Strider. This thing is absolutely trash. Even at the trade price of $301,000, I would definitely not recommend getting this. It's weird. It's like it wanted to be a 4-wheeler, ended up only being a 3-wheeler. Definitely a no from me. Next up, we have the Casco coming in at $542,000, $408,000 with the trade price. Definitely not a bad car. Kind of looks like a diet version of the James Bond car. So, you know, I think it looks pretty cool. I definitely would recommend purchasing it. It's not too expensive. Next up, we have the Comet Safari at $426,000. This vehicle actually is really good off-road. It's one of the better off-road vehicles in the entire game. So I definitely would say I recommend getting the Comet Safari this week, especially at 40% off. And I do believe that's actually not a removed vehicle. I didn't know that. But anyway, next up we have the Drafter coming in at $430,000. This is one of the better cars in the game, and for $430,000, you really can't go wrong for that price. Next up, we have the Zentorno, probably one of my personal top 3 favorite cars in the whole game, on sale for just $435,000. Definitely a yes from me. Next up, we have the Power Surge coming in at $963,000. One of the better bikes in the game, and honestly, I can say that I do recommend it, especially for underneath $1 million. It's not that bad. Next up, we have the RT3000 coming in at $1,028,771K with the trade price. It is based off a Honda S2K in real life, so I can say I will recommend it because that is an awesome car. Next up, the Terminus coming in at $1,126,000. Definitely recommend this vehicle. It is really good. And then, of course, we do have the Vagrant coming in at $1,328,000. This car is absolute dookie cheeks. I would definitely not recommend getting this thing, especially for over $1 million, even at that trade price for under $1 million. Really bad. I definitely would not recommend getting the Vagrant. And then last but not least, we do have 40% off the LF22 Starling coming in at $2,194,000. Trade price of $1,650K. Honestly, I never flown this thing before, never owned it. I don't know what it even does, to be honest with you. If you guys know if this thing is good, leave a comment down below because I really have no clue. But let's head down to the casino where the prize rod this week. It's a pretty decent car, but we're going to go ahead and spin the wheel live like we always do every single week here in these weekly series. Personally, I don't really care whether or not I get this vehicle because it just doesn't really catch my eye all that much. But we do got to keep tradition here. So, of course, we are going to go head over to the wheel and give it a spin. I usually get clothing. I don't think, to this day, I have never got the vehicle like while spinning live during the recording of any of these videos. So it's a jinx that we're trying to reverse. And let's see if we could do it today. Hopefully we don't get clothing because we usually always get clothing whenever I do one of these things. It looks, no, we're definitely not getting the car. Can I get mystery? No, I'm gonna get clothing. There we go, clothing. Anyway, if you like that car, if it looks interesting to you, head to the casino and try to win it. This one I definitely suggest obtaining this week. Of course, this is the Prosion GP1. Very, very good car. Definitely recommend getting it. That is the LS prize ride this week at the car meet. Next up, we have the HSW test track vehicle. It is the Carinn S95. I wouldn't really suggest buying it. It's not that great of a HSW vehicle. Honestly, out of these three vehicles right here, I mean, the LS car meet got some trash this week. I'm not going to lie. Besides that Prosion, like I said, I definitely recommend getting that Prosion GP1. I definitely recommend doing that, the weekly challenge for that. I believe it's placing top 5 for 3 days in a row, so it's fairly easy. But outside of that, the car meet got some trash this week. I wouldn't recommend any of these three vehicles, to be honest with you. So we're not even going to go too much in detail with these cars because, just really, really bad, especially the one all the way to the left. I believe it's called the Coil Brawler or something like that. Really, really bad car. Definitely don't recommend any one of these three vehicles. Let's just move on to Simeons. Hopefully we got something better. And to start off, we definitely got something better. Of course, in the Dubachi Masacro, one of my favorite cars in the game. It is OG. Of course, this vehicle was out since I think year 2 of GTA Online or year 1. I'm not sure. I believe it's from year 2. But really, really old car. Still looks really, really good, especially those headlights. They look fantastic. The customization is not too in-depth on this vehicle, of course, being how old it is. But for the price, you really can't go wrong. Same thing with this Dubachi vehicle right here. The Rapid GT, the soft top. I don't really like the soft top too much. I kind of like hard top cars a lot more. But you really can't go wrong with the drop top on this vehicle. I don't know too much about that gold paint, but honestly, both of those vehicles I definitely can recommend. Both Dubachi vehicles and Simeons are definitely must-haves. OG vehicles. The hot rod right there, we're not even really going to get into the hot rod all that much. That thing is trash. But this one right here, I actually really like how this one looks. To be honest, I don't think that I own this vehicle. It's very rare. I own so many cars, not to brag or nothing, but I own so many cars in this game that it's so rare that I come across a vehicle I don't own yet and that I actually really like. Usually if I don't own a vehicle, it's because it looks pretty ugly. This vehicle right here, I can't really recommend. Honestly, it is pretty bad. The paint pattern that they picked on to display it here in Simeons doesn't really do it justice, but the vehicle is pretty bad. But honestly, I'm really digging this one right here. I think I'm actually going to buy this one right now. And we're just going to send this thing, you know what? I'll just send it to my Eclipse Boulevard garage. That thing could hold 50 cars. We'll go customize that one later on. But honestly, the two Dubachi vehicles right here and the one I just purchased over there in the corner, honestly, are probably the 3 best vehicles in Simeons this week. But overall, nothing too special. Next up at Luxury Autos, nothing too crazy. But I do want to point out that the Overflod Suzume right there does have black stock wheels on it. So if you do want black stockies, that is the place to get them. Next up, your priority file at the Garment Factory is going to be the Project Breakaway. This is going to pay you a little bit over $300,000. You do have to keep in mind it costs $20,000 to start these up, but that is going to be your priority file for this week. So definitely go ahead and get that done. It only takes about 20 minutes and it pays pretty well. Next up at the salvage yard, we do not have any claimable vehicles. It would have been nice if the Tyrant or the Virtue would have been claimable, as they are worth a lot of money. But no, we had 2 claimable vehicles last week, but it looks like we're going back to the terrible salvage yard. So it's going to be the sad yard until further notice. But anyway, these are the locations of your time trials. Another good way to make money this week. That's your regular time trial and your HSW time trial will be located right here. So between the two of these, you can make another $350,000, and both of them should only take 2 to 3 minutes a piece. So in about 5 or 6 minutes of your time, you can make $350K. So I definitely suggest getting those time trials done. And like I said, overall for this week, the best things, just to summarize it all, are going to be, you definitely want to get a weed farm. You want to do the money laundering missions for the Smoke on the Water. Those do pay $70,000 for about 5 minutes of work. So you definitely want to get those done. Go get some weed sales done. It is 30% off weed farms. And also, I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video, it is also double production speed time. So it's not double money, but essentially it kind of is, because you could sell, 2 times as fast because it's producing 2 times as fast. But anyway, hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. If you are new, hit the subscribe button, join the Slime Squad. It only takes 1 second of your time and it really helps the channel grow. And until the next one, peace out, boys.